Hello. Do you know what you would do if right now you were told you have to evacuate from your home? Do you know what you would do to protect your home during your evacuation? Are you prepared before this call where you have to evacuate? Well, what I'm going to go through here are some steps, 7 steps actually, on how to have your house prepared for an evacuation and also what to do with your home during the evacuation. So let's go look what I have. Approximately 4 years ago, we had to evacuate because of a forest fire. The first thing that I thought about that I never heard about, except for like in hurricanes, but this is for wildfire, was to put sheet metal over my windows. Because the whole time I was out there, what was I thinking? Looters, they're breaking into my house. I'm not setting this up for stopping fires, I'm setting this up for protection. And I wish I'd done it before, so let's see how I do this. That's what I do around my entire window. I don't need to do that on video because you know how it works. So wear gloves, do all your windows, and what we're doing is when you buy this, measure them out, all your windows, and then maybe stack them against the wall, either on your house, garage, or something, and just drill them into the wall so you know where they're at in a time of emergency. Of course, you'd know that you have to keep your gutters clean. But one thing that we didn't think about are these little spots like this that you don't notice that are off to the side. Because when we came back after our evacuation, you wouldn't believe it. We had all this stuff was burnt. We had burn all the way across. Different spots were burnt because of just those embers falling in here. So you want to, always keep your gutters clean. But if right before an evacuation, if you have time, make sure you go up and clean them out. Because look at all that. That could burn your house down. Another thing to look forward is things like this. It's all dry. A fire could start there, and if it started here, it'd go up under here. This is all wood. There goes the house. So make sure you get rid of things like that. And also, like I said before, look at this stuff before you have to evacuate. Have your house ready for this because you may not have enough time to do this. This is like a last minute thing to do, so be safe. The thing you need to make sure you take care of is your deck. If you have a large deck, small deck, doesn't matter. It's made out of wood and it will burn. The first thing you want to do is if you have any furniture that's flammable or could burn, you take it and you just move it away from the house. Set it over here so if it does catch on fire, then you're fine. Another thing to do is make sure that you have water. Well, most people have their hot tubs on their deck. Make sure your hot tub is full of water because you may need that, or somebody, even after you're gone, who comes along and wants to, try to douse a fire out, they'll have access to the water. Also, fill every bucket you have with water and leave at least one bucket or as many as you can by the hot tub where you have so that way they can easily fill it. Another thing to do is on your house, garage, while you're getting your clothes and getting everything prepared to leave, put sprinklers on your roof. You may even, I know people that actually use PVC and they make little kits and little legs and they put them on the peaks of their roof. They leave them there year round. So all you have to do is hook it up and start it. That's a really good option if you're in a high risk area. Then when you're done, unless you have to be walking in and out on your deck, obviously, put it out on your deck for a while. Another thing with your sprinklers is take them and try to get at least 5 feet around all your house at first, and slowly, get larger and larger area, keep it wet. And do this while you're doing the rest of your evacuation process. One thing to remember though, and it's something that people do, that's a mistake that's commonly made because we think we're going to save our homes, and as they leave their water running when they leave, everything that I've read, they say don't do that. because if you get enough people doing that, it can, you know, do something to the pressure. They'll lose their pressure. So to fight the fires, they need all the pressure they can get. So just before you leave, turn it all off and make sure you have all these in place and ready to go. Another thing is you probably can't see it, I just have a paint ladder here. If you have an extension ladder or whatever, put one up against your house or your garage, whatever, in a place that like the fire department can see. So if somebody's coming along and they need to fight a fire, their resources are spread out really thin. So it's a really good idea to give them the tools that they need. In a regular home fire, they have all the tools because all their forces are focused on one structure. However, during a forest fire, they're spread out. Their tools are spread out. So it's really good to help them and leave them anything that you can. And that one includes a ladder so they can get on the roof. Make sure, you know, anything wood, anything that's going to burn, just get it away from your house. One of the last things I want to mention is something that I thought I should do during an evacuation, and it turns out I was wrong. I looked it up, I was told that it wasn't correct, and sure enough, all the research I did, it appears that during a fire evacuation, there's no reason to turn off your gas. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because if the fire is so bad that it's going to melt the metal on your gas, on your regulator here, then pretty much your house is gone anyway. So remember, don't worry about turning that off. You don't have to. And if somebody gets wild and they want to do it, they have to call the gas company to have them turn it back on. Check with your local gas company. The last thing you want to do right before you leave is take every hose you have and make sure you have enough of these, to put on every one of your hoses. That way, and leave them, sitting around the property at every hose bib you have, all ready to go, and in a manner that people will see it. That way, if somebody comes along and they want to help, firefighters, whatever, like I said before, they're short on resources, they could use these. So leave them ready for them to use. And that's about it to help you prepare. Make sure if you have some great ideas, put them in the comments. I can always learn more stuff. And this is Wayne from Normal Prepping. Thank you.